Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He hath loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on.
My name is Amanda Joan Quimper. I've had prophetic dreams, angelic encounters, revelations, and a vision from God to bring awareness to modern moral issues. I want to share my creative arts, poetry, experiences, and stories with you. God is abundantly above and beyond what we could have asked or even imagined. And the most important truth that exists is love.
There we go. Hey, back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic podcast. I'm really excited about my guest today. I have my good friend with me, Amanda Joan of Heart. She's back, and she brought a friend. His name is Sam, and he's a future farmer. And today he's going to be telling us about their ongoing battle against the data centers in Ohio. Now, a little bit of background information. We've done shows on the data centers before, but just so you know what's going on, Ohio has become a major hub for tech infrastructure with tens of billions of dollars invested in data centers. But communities are raising concerns about water use, electricity demand, farmland loss, and industrialization of rural areas. Some large data centers can use millions of gallons of water every day for cooling and massive amounts of electricity. So, we're going to get Sam's firsthand opinion on why he feels like it's important to, fight these data centers. And obviously Amanda's been, on the front lines, like boots on the ground. She's been in meetings, and she'll explain what she's been doing, fighting this as well. And she's literally literally on the front lines of this every day. She was in hearings all last week about this. So we'll hear also about that as well. And with all that said, I'd like to give them a big warm welcome back to the show. Amanda and Sam, thank you guys for coming on. How is everybody?
Good. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So Amanda, did you want to start us off and tell us a little bit about what's been going on with the data centers? And
So we had a hearing last week, was it? Yeah. And it was the new Russia Township trustees. We already had the zoning commission hearing, and they turned down the application, which is good. And then it went to the trustees, and all of them, from what we understand, are all against this. Yeah, go ahead. You can share anything with you.
And tomorrow there is the meeting for the real
so they last week they were supposed to vote, and we all did it again. We all stood up and said our pieces and everything. They were supposed to vote, but one of their the trustees wasn't there. They had a family emergency, so tomorrow on St. Patty's Day they're going to be voting.
Wow.
Yeah, I forgot it is tomorrow. Thank you for remembering that.
Hopefully you guys have some St. Patty's Day luck, and hopefully things go your way.
Yeah, they should turn it down, I think. Yeah, so but from there, the problem with it is even if they turn it down, the development company can turn around and sue them. So
why do you think they want to use Ohio so much? Why is it? Because it's rich in farmland and and the resources necessary to maintain data centers? Do you think that's why they're doing this, Amanda?
That, and we're right by Lake Erie, so they want the water. They want to build a new sewer line. We are all against the sewer line. They are trying to do it anyways. So if they can get the sewer line in, then the development companies are going to try to come in here. And if we try to block them, then, you know, they're going to try to say it's discrimination or whatnot and try to fight us and put us in court and under litigation or something, I guess. So.
Wow. Wow. And Sam, what got you first started paying attention to the data centers built in your area? What made you what kind of got you yeah.
So we were coming back from fair because I showed there, and
What do you show?
have tractors and a bunny.
Aw.
And so my dad and his farmer friend were talking, and the farmer is like, yo, there's this mega site being built. And dad was like, whoa, where? And he's like, near the airport. And so I heard about it, and I was like, Mom, what's a mega site? And she's like, it's basically a big factory. So, and then I was like, oh, this is bad because it's a farm. And so I was like, Mom, there's like meetings and stuff, and I was like, I want to get involved in this. So that's basically how I got involved.
Wow. Yeah. And let me see here. When did you first realize you wanted to be a farmer? What do you show at the fair usually?
So
That's probably that.
So I show like Ford tractors. They're some bigger ones and some low ones. I have 2 little ones and 1 big one, and a bunny. So
What color is your bunny?
he's black with a white bone.
Oh. Hmm.
Cool. And then like, what kind of farm do you want to have when you grow up? Did your parents have a farm currently?
It's basically like a hobby farm that we live on right now. And I want to live on a good sized farm, like, yeah, with a couple sheds and stuff.
Now, do you grow your own food?
We grow at my place. We grow zucchini, cucumbers, peppers, tomatoes. We grow a lot of things.
Wow, that's really cool. Like, do you want to do you want it to be a big farm? Like when you like do you see yourself like doing like commercial farming or something like that? Do you want to supply food for your neighbors and your township people and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say maybe not like commercial, like maybe not across the state, but like in my area.
Yeah. And do you see like the importance of that? Like is for someone your age, do you see like the importance of like growing your own food and stuff like that?
Yeah, because it feeds us and we need it every day to survive.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're really brave for what you're doing, standing up for the data centers. I really, I think that's yeah, Amanda, did you have some questions for him or did you want to tell us what's been going more on with the data centers or
Yeah, let me do this and show you right here. We just found out today that another really close city is that's right on the other side of where I live is doing warehouses. Data center warehouse shall be permitted in an established industrial park. So now this city here, Sheffield, village of Sheffield, needs to stand up and fight data centers. They're trying to put them everywhere. So this is just it's really crazy right now. So we got this Sheffield one, an ordinance number 2990. If you can want to screenshot that, I don't know. But it hasn't passed yet. Look, it's not filled out yet. So the people need to show up at the meeting, which the next meeting. Oh shoot! Oh man, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to.
And while she's looking for that, guys, I would say, you know, no matter where you live, like me, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I live in like a rural or suburban area of Pittsburgh, and I feel like they're probably doing the exact same thing here, but I'm not as involved in it as Amanda, but I would like to be. So I think we should all try to get involved and stop these data centers, you know? I really do, you know? Yeah, and maybe Amanda, you can get into that, is about how people can get more involved and stuff, you know? That'd be really cool.
Yeah, well, just people need to show up to the meetings. Like right now, this in Sheffield is going on, and it's going to be signed and go through ordinance on regarding data center warehouses. So they are coming for this village right on the other side of us, because they're trying to do anything. If we turn it down in this city, they're going to go and open up one in the next city. So you're going to be surrounded by them if you don't start doing stuff and showing up to these meetings. So tomorrow's the meeting in Sheffield Village, or not tomorrow, I'm sorry, this Thursday. So this Thursday at 6 p.m., we got this other meeting. This is also going on in Brownhelm Township. I'm going to show you a slide of what they're trying to do. So there's that. Then this one, oh, right. And they're making it like we want it. So look at, so somebody wrote, this is a Facebook post, propaganda. And it's they're basically saying what residents said they wanted. And yeah, we want more jobs and all this stuff. And like, it's okay because we wanted it, you know? So they're trying to make it look like we wanted it when our commissioners had put this out, you know, 5 years ago, was it? And we just got wind of it. We got wind of this right before the hearing, and everybody, thank God, was notified, and we got people to show up to the hearing and to the meetings. And I mean, they were trying to bum rush this in before the 20 to 40 days they're supposed to wait to even have a hearing. So it's all like, surprise, surprise, we're just going to try to bum rush this in before the people find out. And so people like Sam and his family started making flyers and getting them out to the people. And now we won the commissioner zoning hearing, and now New Russia Township's going to vote, and then they're gonna turn it down. So now we're gonna be worried about them trying to sue us for turning it down. So right here is the property. This is our county, and they're trying to tell us that this Brownhelm Township, which is on the other side. So this is like, I mean, this is all around me happening. It's insane. They're trying to say, oh, you guys see, I don't know if you can see the yellow right here, but they were trying to put one in this yellow down here, which the people definitely don't want. And this is what we're fighting right now. So they're like, oh, well, what about if you put it up here? And this whole section up here, they're trying to annex out of New Russia into Illyria or something. If they can annex it to the city, then the city is the one that's trying to bum rush these in and trying to push this through. So then you know, the city's going to vote yes for this. And so right now, if they annex that land and goes to the city, it's going to be harder for New Russia Township to fight. So they're like, well, you have to let us, the one developer at this Brownhelm meeting said that you have to, if you say none in your county at all, then you can be tied up and you can get sued in litigation. And, you know, then our taxpayer money is going to be going to being sued, and we're going to have to fight lawsuits with these people. So they're like, why don't we put it up here in this purple area up here where it's not going to affect all the people down here, and we got to give them at least a small part, and then they can't sue us. I don't believe that. I call BS on that one, because if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's unlawful. It's a harm on the people. It's, you know, it's noise, air, light pollution. It ruins the environment. It pumps out mass amounts of radiation. People have to sleep in their basements, kids and stuff, because they can't sleep at night because the constant hum. Then he was saying, well, you can, you know, have restrictions on it. So what you people need to do is have a ton of restrictions. Like, hey, if you're going to move in here, developer, you can't run this data center from 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. at night till 7 in the morning, so kids can sleep at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whole housing developments around these data centers are getting up and leaving their brand new houses, and whole housing developments are left with brand new houses with nobody living in them because nobody can live by these things. They're a harm. It's a trespass upon the people.
Wow.
So yeah, this is what we're up against here. So we have to put in so many restrictions that they're not going to want to move here. I did hear that one county, or I don't know if it's a county, one city made it no data centers at all, but he's trying to say, oh no, you can't do that. If you do that, they're definitely going to sue you. So they're trying to instill fear. I say if the people stand up, the people stand up, and there should be no other question about it. So these are the states with the most data centers right now.
Wow. Holy shit. Well, that one has 55. Like, that's a lot. 50.
Yeah.
One has 68. Holy heck. Like, that's a lot to have. Like, I guess they target certain areas, you know? Like,
yeah. And in 2024, we only had a little over 200. Now it's saying 283, you know, in Ohio. So they already are in that amount of time. They already, you know, oh no, it's 203. I'm sorry. I thought it was 283. So yeah, this is what we're up against right there. It's everywhere, and it's only going to get worse. Oh, I guess that was it. Okay. Okay, so there's that. Yeah.
wow. Let me see here. I have more questions for Sam here. Let me just pull them
And if
up.
anybody has a question in the chat, yeah, please share.
Oh yeah, I can't pull them up, but I just wanted to read you from Rocky Mountain Skywatcher. She says, "Hi everyone." She says, "Big respect for this young man. Gives hope for the future." And then she followed that up with, she says, "I do have some absolutely terrifying bit of information." She says, "Recently, Alex Karp, the co-founder of Palantir, recently bought an old monastery near Aspen." So she says now Palantir owns the water rights, the headwaters of the Colorado River. Wow, that's scary, because Palantir, that's a major distributor for this kind of stuff. This, you know, like AI technology, you know, data centers, you know, that's definitely Palantir. That's what Palantir does, you know? Yeah.
Wow.
Amy Harrington says, "Hello from Texas, having some issues near my town, 2 centers going up." And Go Gut Boot Camp says, "It's imperative that we help people know the truth about the data centers. People are busy with their own lives and will be extremely upset once one is already in their area, and it will be too late."
Yep. And that's Gut Boot Camp. That's who posted that.
Yeah. Let me see here. If you guys have questions for Sam, put them in the chat, and we'll get that. Let me see here.
Missing True Time says, "I don't care how much electricity they use, but leave the water alone." Yeah, we have, and that's another thing. Our EPA, me and you did a podcast on the EPA and how they're gonna dump all the discharged water from the data centers into all of Ohio waterways. And today, actually, I just saw that our Ohio waterways, we're losing a ton of water in our Ohio rivers, which is very dangerous right now. So.
Yeah.
And we're only going to lose more with all these data centers because they take up 55 million gallons a day or more.
Yeah. Sam, tell the people a little bit more why you're speaking out. Like, why do you feel like protecting farmland is important for the future? And
well, if we let that farmland get developed, then there'll just be more. So we need to not have this happen, so then there is none happening.
Especially if it's around people, and
yeah,
you know, it can harm. You know, if it was away from people and wasn't harming their resources, then it'd be another story. It's a trespass and a harm.
yeah. And is there anything that worries you mostly about these data centers being built near the farms?
Yeah, because it can pollute the animals, and
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
and it'll it'll have a lot of pollution, and it's gonna be really loud at night, and if you get like surrounded by them, then there's no point in farms if there's just going to be data centers. That's why we need to fight.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, and I guess there would be a lot of water pollution, right, Amanda? Is that what it is? What do they do with this water? Like, what are they doing with this water? Like, do we know?
Well, it runs through a bunch of like air conditioner like machines to do the data stuff that they like, and then it pumps it back out. And so when it pumps it back out into Ohio's waterways, it would be pumping PFAS, which you can't get out of the water. So PFAS cause cancer. So this is Aaron Brockovich 3.0 all over the country. You know what I mean?
What's a PFA? So people that don't know.
PFAS. PFA is just toxic cancer-causing agents, basically. What do you know the definition? Okay. Okay. And we have Sam's mom is here behind us, so
that's cool.
He has family support. So if anybody has any question about that.
Amy Harrington.
Forever chemicals. People call it forever chemicals.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So this question is for both you, Amanda and Sam. What do you guys think adults and politicians need to understand about this issue? But Sam, if you want to go first, then I guess Amanda can back you up. And you're doing really good, by the way, Sam. Like, there's no pressure or anything. This is just thank you for doing this. By the way, you're doing really good.
Thank you. Politicians, they need to know about this, so then they, like, the developers or don't come in and do this. That's why politicians need to know, so that they don't.
Yeah.
And PFAS, it's called, is per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, I can't even pronounce the word, known as forever chemicals, are associated with a certain risk of certain cancers, specifically kidney and testicular cancers, common in drinking water and products. PFOA and PFOs are classified as carcinogenic and possibly carcinogenic to humans by international agencies. Evidence also suggests potential risks for prostate, breast, ovarian, and thyroid cancers. Oh, nice. Jeez. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow, that's scary. That's really scary. What do you guys think will happen if farmland keeps disappearing? Like, do you think that they'll try to maximize this and try to build a lot of data centers and eat up a lot of the land?
I think it will really just become like the movie Wall. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's that, Amanda? What's the movie WALL-E? Do you know?
I don't know. Can you tell us about that?
Mom.
So WALL-E is a Pixar movie, I believe, and it is about a little robot named WALL-E, and his job, he was the robot that would pick up all the trash. And the movie starts out, and he's the only thing that's left living on the earth, and all the humans went to go live in space because the humans had overpopulated and developed the land, so there was no green earth to grow food on. So all the humans are in space, flying around in little carts, and Wally is left on Earth all by himself. And one day, this robot Eve comes from, or Evie, she comes from the space, and her job as the robot from space is to see if there is evidence of sustainable plant life that is coming back to Earth. So she goes and tries to find like a little sprout or something to show the humans up in space, oh, maybe we could come back to Earth now. But, you know, really the humans destroyed the Earth by overdeveloping it and littering and trash and, yeah, destroying farmland pretty much is how you would get to that speed, I would think.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And as Amy Harrington in the chat says, Wally's a great movie. This one is from Go Gut Boot Camp again. He says, I heard Sam speak at local meetings.
Got boot camp.
Oh, Gut Boot Camp. Sorry. He says, I heard Sam speak at local meetings. His message was definitely powerful. He had over 300 people cheering him on at 2 of the many meetings he has spoke at. Wow, way to go, Sam. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you.
You're making a difference. That's really cool. Like, we need more young people like you, you know? Let me see here.
What does Sam think about vertical farming?
I don't know what that is.
Uh-oh. That would be a good thing to think about. So basically, vertical farming would be like building up into the air instead of out into the land.
Yeah, it says vertical farming is a way of growing crops in stacked layers, usually indoors, instead of spreading plants across large fields. It's often done in warehouses, shipping containers, or specifically designed buildings. The goal is to grow one or more food in space less technology, using technology. Do you have an opinion on that, Sam?
It's just, it takes out the fun.
It takes out the fun of it.
Well, not just that, but I think I think it should be done more naturally. I don't think vertical farming would be like very good for our, you know, I don't know. Like, I think, you know, like, yeah. What do you think, Amanda? Like,
It's something that's going to have to be done because we're, you know, our civilizations are getting bigger. So we're going to have to do something different. The problem, you know, with it is the soil. We'd have to make sure it's good soil, you know. But yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I think new ways of achieving more food is vital. It's going to have to happen. So yeah.
yeah.
Just even now, our soil is really bad with all this geoengineering and chemtrail stuff, ain't it? Do you know anything about that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask him I have some good questions. So Sam, how important do you think farming is for feeding your local communities and the country, like local farming? Do you feel like that's really important?
Yeah, because it's basically the thing that makes all the healthy stuff and not the produce process.
Yeah, I agree. Well said. Yeah. Do you think there are other kids your age or around your age that care about farming or that are aware of these issues?
There was what? Your sister stood up, right?
Yeah, my sister stood up. Kensington, which is...
There was another girl about
Kensington.
15 years old that stood up and said some things, and his sister said some things. And what was it at this last hearing you said? Because that's the only one that I don't have on. You were talking about the developers and how old or something.
Oh, yeah. I said this thing where it's like, in 50 years, I'll be 62. And in 50 years, how old to deal with, for me to deal with your mess?
I love
Yeah,
that.
you're going to be dealing with your mess in 50 or 60 years. And where are you going to be? You're not going to be around, and I'm going to have to be dealing with your cleanup.
And then you said that you'll still be driving your tractor down the road and you'll look over and see this disgusting mess.
Yeah.
Man, we need more kids like you in the world. We really do. Let me ask you this. Was it scary speaking up against big companies and developers?
Yeah, because it's just like it was a first time for me, and I really haven't stood up really for something in my life, so it was kind of cool to be doing.
Well, you're doing the right thing. Sorry, and Amanda, did you want to have any questions or whatever? I didn't know what.
Not that I can think of. I can play this video in a second. I just, yeah, Sam's a special kid. He was, this is always so divinely orchestrated. It's just, you know, he definitely has a soul calling, I feel like, and a purpose, and doing exactly what he's doing now. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be following your passion, your purpose, and your heart, and what it tells you to do, that compass within you. And I think he's definitely on a real path to help and heal the planet. And we need a lot more people starting to do those kind of things.
I agree. Yeah, and I applaud you guys both for fighting against this. And this is from Amy Harrington. She says she came in late. So she said, how did Sam learn about the negative aspects of the data centers? Was it word of mouth, or did you want to talk about that, Sam?
Yeah, it's basically the same story. I was coming back from the fair, and my dad and my friend and my dad's farmer friend, he was like, "Did you hear about this data center being built?" And then my dad was like, "No, what is it?" And he's like, "It's going to be a big factory being built." I'm like, "Mom, what's a data center?" And she was like, "It's a big factory that is on land." I'm like, "That's not good."
Yeah,
Researching it and found out how bad it was, or what?
Yeah. And then what's been the response from your community so far? I know that someone said in the chat that it seemed like everybody really applauded you, but have you had a lot of outreach from people supporting you, Sam?
He should have been swarmed like a celebrity, but people just wanted to go home. It was like a 3-hour meeting,
There wasn't a lot of talk.
Yeah.
I heard some people come up and say that I did really good.
Yeah.
That's
people
awesome. Yeah.
Recognize him at the meetings now and come up and say hi and are excited to see him. Farmers have come up and shook his hand afterwards and thanked him. So I would say the community has received him really well.
Yeah. And have any farmers or neighbors supported you in the fight as well? And you could answer this too, Amanda. Have you guys got a lot of outreach from the community as far as other people wanting to join the cause and kind of fight against this?
How many people did we have at those meetings? Probably.
Say
over 300.
Over 300 is between 300 and 400, I think.
Wow.
We packed the place. Yeah. I mean, there's standing room. People are standing in the back.
Wow. And then do you guys think that technology and farming can coexist, or are they are they competing for the same land? Technology and farming. Do you think there's a world where they can coexist? Or do you think, a lot of people will say that, once technology moves in, they'll want more and more and more, and they'll want to take more and more land. You know what I mean? So that's why some people think that this can't coexist, but that's questions for both you guys, whatever you think. Yeah.
That's what we're finding out. It's like every time we fight one in one city or village or township, it's like another one is doing it. So it's like all throughout our county right now. It's really bad right now here. It's like they're surrounding us, literally surrounding us with these things. And
Yeah. And then if both of you could speak directly to the companies building these data centers right now, like say they saw this video or someone sent them this video, what would you want to tell them?
cease and desist.
Hell yeah.
Oh. And actually one of the people that bought the farmland that is in Lorain Township in Ohio, which is around the corner, we found out one of the owners is Lex Wessner.
Who's that? Why do I know that name? That name sounds familiar.
Victoria's Secret's model owner of Victoria's Secret. He lived across from Epstein. It's being found that there's tunnels under a lot of the malls all over Ohio. Tunnels are on, and all kinds of stuff's coming out about him right now. It's really scary. And we just found out that our commissioners might have, what was that post? Commissioners might have bought some of this land as well. So it's like, it's conflict of interest. Like,
yeah, I don't know if I heard that they bought it. I haven't been on too much on that up in the last week with it, but I know that the county owns some land that's north of the airport, about 300 some acres. And when Sam and I met with Commissioner Moore, he had discussed that developers were interested in purchasing that land because it was not within the fencing of the airport. So, and then when we went to the meeting last week, the developer was definitely talking about the 300 acres as if that's like a done deal almost, where they're going to buy it from the county. So instead of just 622 acres, now we're looking at 900 some acres. So it's a bit discouraging for sure.
Yeah, this is from a comment from Melly Starr. Melly says, what about contacting your local Future Farmers of America, FFA? And she says, she followed up, she says, Sam would be a good candidate for Future Farmers of America. I didn't know that organization existed.
Mm-hmm. I can't join it right now. I'm not in like a school. I'm not in a school district that supports FFA, so I can't join it. Sadly.
Oh.
Yeah, he can join once he's in 9th grade. Over where we live, the JBS like technical school that high schoolers can attend has an FFA program that he could become a part of.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah. And then Sam, what advice would you give to other kids who want to stand up for something they believe in?
Don't give up on this. Like, if it's happening and you're trying to support, don't be like, hey mom, we're not gonna win this. Like, be like, we're gonna win this.
That's a great, I love that. That's a great question. And I mean, a great answer. And what's your favorite thing about being on a farm? What's your favorite part of farming?
You get to sit on your tractor and it's like fun. And then you get to sit outside and look at the farmland and it's fun.
That's cool. And what crops or animals would you want on your farm? Like if you were to build your own farm, is there any certain crops you would want, like corn or I don't know, tomato? Like, or was there any certain animals you would want on your farm?
I would want bunnies. I want to grow soybeans and corn, and that's really it.
Not wheat?
Wheat's just sometimes it's more likely to die.
Now, is this non-GMO or do you know about GMOs? Okay. We gotta catch you up on GMOs. Mm-hmm. You might want to learn about GMO corn and soy and wheat and go more towards not GMO, which is a real seed before they basically put fertilizer in the seed and made it so is untouchable and is going to be this perfect, huge, you know, apple or whatever, and it's basically you're ingesting toxic poisons of fertilizers because it's already in the seed. So I don't know if other people know about that, but I figured I'd share that.
Yeah, I that's a good point. Let me see here. What inspires you most, Sam? A farmer that you met, a family member, or someone you saw online, or like what would you say inspires you the most?
Um, my my dad and my dad's friend, which is a farmer.
I love that. That's cool. Yeah. And my last question for you is when you're my age and I'm 46 years old, you know, so think about that. What kind of world do you hope farmers and kids will inherit?
Uh, I hope that kids will inherit, like, when I grow up and I have kids, like, I want them to inherit my farm. And, like, I want them to, like, do what.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're really advanced for your age. Really. Yeah. This was awesome. Well, do you want to play the video now, Amanda, or is it okay? And this is like 8 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, it's a 8 minute. This is all his highlights from all the meetings that I was able to film him at, which was most of them, right? Did I miss you anywhere? I got every one of them. All right, cool. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, let's try to do this. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Sam Angus. I am like, I don't think it's good that the mega site is going to be on farmland that could be used for generations. When I'm the future and I don't want this here. And I don't think it's good for any future farmer. And it's going to cause pollution and like health problems. And this isn't good. And, I talked to the state representative and she's not getting any information. We're not getting any information. So, yeah. Thank you.
I am against destroying farmland for industries. Jobs Ohio has said it is trying to bring industries that will still be here in 50 years, and that are generational investments. Farmland has been generational investments for hundreds of years, and will still be needed in not only 50, but another 100 years. Some of these people from Team NEO do not live in Lorain County, so they do not understand the farming way of life. They lived here, they would understand why we are so mad. Lorain County commissioners have mentioned how Lorain County is a great place to live and how this mega site is a future for our kids. They are right, Lorain County is a great place to live. But because of our farmland and rural lifestyle, that makes it great. But they are terribly low on industry development. It's not good future for me or any kid because it is destroying farmland and can be pollution and health issues. Rezoning farmland is a loss of food for the future. Technology is changing every day, but we need the farmland that will never change. It's like a snowball. When the first 1% is gone, another 1% is gone.
So why I'm up here is because of the data center slash mega site thing, like how there's multiple places you can build it, like the steel mill, and all those places shut down, like the the mall shut down in a few years, and that could happen to this mega site, and you could, farmland could get way more out of that for more years. Farmland is here for more years, and also, like, it's not good for the world, and these kids make posters about saving the world, and this mega site isn't helping the world at all because it's pollution, it's cancer, there's noise pollution, air pollution, lots of pollution that could pollute the world and is very terrible for the world. And when that farmland is gone, it's gone and you can't get it back. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sam Mankus, and I don't like this, and I know where we is. It's in we don't want this. And another we is we want farmland. We don't like that you came up with this in the first place. And we want to live the way we live. We want to live the farmland, the farm way of life. And I'm the future. And it's sad. That we even have to be here today. And I'm begging you guys to not rezone this to industrial. I trust you. And if you don't rezone this, I no longer can trust you. Thank you. If you decide to rezone this land from agricultural to industrial, it can never go back to farmland ever again. We don't need more industry. We need fresh food sources from farmland. The people from Team NEO and county officials are trying to rob me of my future by destroying farmland. I am begging the zoning board and the trustees to please say no to the rezoning applications and yes to keeping Lorain County rural. Saying no to the rezoning of the farmland will be saying yes to future farmers like me. Your decision directly impacts my future way of life.
He has sounded forth the
That was amazing. Wow, I'm really proud. I know you don't know me, Sam, but yeah, I'm really proud of you, man. That was That was some really good. And just as a little side joke, Jason, one of my moderators in the chat, he said he loved the fact that when you first stepped up to the microphone, you adjusted the camera. Like you knew to adjust the camera. That was really cool. You know, like, yeah.
Yeah, I told him to do that because there were so many speakers that were taller than him. I said, do you want me to go up there and adjust it for you, or do you want to adjust it? Because you're going to be too short for it. So he's like, I'll do it. And so he did it perfect.
I just want to read some comments here before we finish up. I guess this was from High Vibes. She says, Sam, your voice is heard across the nation. Rocky Mountain Skywatcher says, Sam, fantastic. Melly Star says, our future is staring us in the face looking for answers. Awesome. And yeah, as the comments keep coming in, I'll keep reading them. Melly Star also says, sometimes people will listen to the wisdom of a child. They are in touch. She also says, what a sweetheart. Great job, Sam. Eric says, thank you, Sam and Amanda. Let me see here. Yeah. Anchor Haven says, you're a very good public speaker, Sam. Eric says, Big Sam, the food producing man. Yeah, so we got a lot of good comments. The audience really liked it so far.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. You are awesome.
So I guess should we finish up here, Amanda, or is there anything else you want to show, or what do you think? Like,
Yeah, we're good. We're good, I think. There's one more thing I want to say, but I can't figure out what it was about. I guess that was it.
we can do another show soon too, you know, like.
Okay.
I just wanted to keep the questions light for Sam because it's, you know, I mean, I didn't know if he had ever been on a podcast before, and you know, I figured, you know, like, you know, yeah, like.
This your first podcast?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. First of many. Got this. All right, so we're gonna, we'll be at the hearing tomorrow at 6:30, and then now Thursday in Sheffield Village. So yeah, go to your commissioners meetings, go to your county or city meetings, find out what they're doing, find out their plans. Our commissioners had this stuff planned out like 5 years ago. And then they notified the people, but they really didn't notify the people until like right before the hearing. So being bum rushing everywhere, we got to be on our toes. We got to be diligent, and we got to do something about this. You know, if we don't stand up for our rights, we don't have rights. So stand up for your rights today. It's very important. Your kids' futures depend on it.
Yeah, and I'll just read a couple more comments here before we go. This is from Monaic Brandy. She says, my heart grew listening to you, Sam. She says, I'm a farmer as well, and I'm so grateful to hear your voice. Don't stop, little man. The universe has you. Sky Pixie says, we all need to stand up. And she says, Rocky Mountain Skywatcher says, may Sam have many more interviews. Eric says, love it. Melly Star says, go Sam, we support you. Thank you. And Jerry Lahane says, thanks, Sam. So you really captivated the audience today, Sam. You really did amazing. Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for all your comments. That's awesome. That's cool. Okay. Well,
Thank you for having him today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, he was great. He was great.
no.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, Rob, so much. And I hope you guys all have a great day, and keep fighting. Don't stop. And listen to your heart and know that God got your back when you start walking in faith. It's not easy. He'll light the first steps. We got to walk those steps, you know, to restoring your republic, restoring, you know, the future of humanity.
Thank you.
All right. Any last words, Rob? You good?
I just, again, thank you to Sam's mom for being here, and thank you to Sam, and thank you, Amanda. This was a excellent show. You know, I think the audience really liked this.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day. Bye.